Sarah opened the safe, her entire life turned out to be a lie. She was cleaning out her late grandmother's house, collecting important documents before selling the place. Grandma Fatma had been a dignified woman, lived in that house her whole life and left everything to Sarah in her will. But behind the old wardrobe, Sarah found a hidden iron safe. No jewelry, no money, just a thick blue folder with a note stuck to it. For Sarah, but only when you're ready for the truth. With shaking hands, Sarah opened the folder. The first paper was a birth certificate, but not the one she'd always known. This one said her real name was Laila Mohammed Abdel Rahman, not Sarah Ahmed Zaki. And the birth date, March 3, 1991, not July 15, 1990, like she believed. She was younger than she thought. Then came the real shock. Father's name, Mohammed Abdel Rahman Omansi. Mother, Nadia Salim. Not Ahmed Zaki and Suad Ibrahim, the couple who raised her and supposedly died in a car accident when she was 12. Sarah collapsed onto the floor, trembling. There was a handwritten letter from her grandmother. My dear Sarah, if you're reading this, then I've passed on, and it's time you knew the truth. You're not the daughter of Ahmed and Suad. You're the daughter of my brother, Mohammed, who died under mysterious circumstances, and his wife, Nadia, who disappeared shortly after. Ahmed and Suad were my friends. They agreed to raise you to protect you from what happened to your real parents. Every document in the folder deepened the mystery. Photos of her real father, Mohammed, a handsome man who worked as an accountant in a major construction firm. Pictures of her mother, Nadia, a beautiful woman who worked at a bank. Then a police report. Mohammed had died after falling from his third-floor balcony. The report mentioned the fall was suspicious, but there wasn't enough evidence to prove it was murder. And Nadia, she vanished a week after his death. No trace. 2-year-old Sarah was handed to Ahmed and Suad for care. Then came the most chilling paper. Nadia didn't die. She's hiding, and she's still alive. Sarah decided to dig into the truth. She visited the construction company where her father had worked. It still existed under new management, but the old manager, Hassan, was still alive and retired. When Sarah mentioned her father's name, Hassan's face went pale. Your father was an honest man, he said, looking around nervously. But he uncovered something he wasn't supposed to. Massive corruption. He gathered evidence against powerful people, and then suddenly he died. What about my mother? She asked. She knew he was in danger. She feared for you. That's why she disappeared. Said she'd stay hidden until she could clear his name and destroy the ones who killed him. Hassan gave Sarah an old address. Last I knew, she was living here, but that was 20 years ago. Sarah went there, a tiny apartment in a rundown neighborhood. An old woman opened the door, white hair, sad eyes. Are you Sarah? The woman asked. Sarah's heart stopped. Mom. Nadia opened the door wide. Sarah stepped inside. The place was like a museum, filled with photos of her as a baby and of Mohammed. I've lived 22 years for this moment, said Nadia, weeping. To see you again, to tell you everything. Nadia revealed that Mohammed had discovered the company was bribing government officials to win contracts. When he threatened to expose them, someone pushed him off the balcony, made it look like an accident. But he gave me all the documents the day before. He said he was being followed. I left you to protect you and spent my life collecting more evidence. She opened a small metal box. It was empty. What? The papers were here yesterday, she cried. Suddenly the door burst open. A man in his 50s entered. Sarah recognized his face. Uncle Ahmed. But you died in a car crash 10 years ago. Ahmed smirked. That's what you were told, but I was never your father. I was Mohammed's business partner, and I helped kill him. Nadia stood between him and Sarah. You stole the evidence. I've been collecting that evidence for 22 years, he said. I changed your grandmother's will too. Left everything to your mother, but I rewrote it so I could control the inheritance. I've been watching you ever since. Sarah realized her life had been staged. Ahmed manipulated everything. Even Suad, the woman she called Mom, was involved. Their accidental deaths were faked when they wanted to tell Sarah the truth. Why? Sarah screamed. Because those documents contain more than just company fraud, Ahmed said. They expose high-level government corruption, names that would shake the country. If they're revealed, powerful people will fall. He pulled out another paper. Where are the rest? Nadia said. That was all I had, but he didn't believe her. As he ransacked the apartment, Nadia and Sarah escaped. They went to the police. But when they explained, the officer said,
Ahmed Zaki did die in a car crash 10 years ago. There's a death certificate.
Then who was that man? Sarah asked. Suspicious, the officer investigated. But when they returned to Nadia's place, it had burned to the ground. No sign of Ahmed. No documents. Nothing. Nadia whispered, That wasn't the real Ahmed. The real one is dead. Whoever this is, he's been pretending for years. But why? And who is he really? They didn't know. Only one thing was certain. Powerful people were still trying to bury the truth. Since that day, Sarah felt watched. Parked cars near her home. Calls from unknown numbers. Then one morning, Nadia disappeared again. She left a note. I'll stay hidden to protect you. If anything happens to me, the truth is buried in your father's grave, in Saida Aisha Cemetery. Sarah went there. Her father's tombstone bore a different name. She dug beside it, found a small box filled with photos and papers, and one chilling note. Sarah, if you're reading this, they know you've been here. Run now. Don't go home. She looked up and saw men in black among the graves, staring at her. She ran. They chased. Since that day, Sarah has vanished. Her apartment sold to unknown buyers. The documents gone. But some say they've seen her at a distant train station, heading somewhere new. And the biggest question remains, did Sarah escape? Or did they finally get her? And what secrets are still buried?